Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is, another Wednesday, and today for you we have the subject of, is there a horned god? Now, I know there's many of you out there who believe in the horned god, and I know this is a touchy subject for you, so I'm going to actually pay tribute to the horned god by discussing the horned god and the premise behind the horned god here in my video. Now, what is the horned god and who believes in it and why? Well, the horned god is Goddess's consort. The great goddess has a consort in goddess religion, and that consort is the horned god. Now, why is he horned? Why does he have horns? Well, they believe in Cernunnos. Cernunnos was a horned god of the late Bronze Age. And Cernunnos was a horned god that was a pagan god. He was a pagan god, and he had horns. And there were many horned gods, but Cernunnos was the most popular one. He was the one that was best known, but there were many horned gods. And what happened was that supposedly the Christians took this image of the horned god and made it into their Christian devil. So when they had to know what Satan looks like, what does Satan look like, they made him a horned man. So he had horns, so he was like their horned god, but they turned the horned god into their devil. And this I can really sympathize with the believers in the horned god, the pagans, and the witches that believe in the horned god. I can really sympathize with them because Christianity demonizes everything that's not Christianity. They're Jesus freaks. Jesus, 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 all the time Jesus. And anything that isn't Jesus must be the devil, or one of the devil's pals, or a sign of the devil, or anything having to do with the devil. Anything that isn't Jesus is the devil to a Christian. So this primitive mindset is overblown and not worthy of a major world religion, and should be shunned. The Christians should be shunned for saying this horned god is a devil. However, I do not believe in the horned god. Why? Why do I not believe in the horned god? Well, because he's just a creation of these pagans. They made a god for themselves out of Cernunnos, which was a very ancient pagan god that had nothing to do with the goddess. He was just a pagan god, and he had nothing to do with goddess, but they wanted to make Cernunnos into their new deity. So they crowned him the horned god, and they said that the horned god was goddess's consort. Now, goddess does not need a consort, okay? Goddess does not need a consort to create. She does not need a mate to create the universe. She creates the universe all by herself without any help. And so this horned god concept is a false one. I just don't believe. I can't bring myself to believe in this horned god, because to me he's totally unrealistic, and he's just something from the past that isn't relevant today. And so I don't hate the horned god. I don't believe the horned god is the devil like the Christians do, but I just can't bring myself to believe in this horned god. Now, I know there are some of you that believe in him, and that's just fine. Go ahead, keep on believing in a horned god if you must, or if you want to, but I just can't bring myself to believe in this horned God. I just don't believe in him. In fact, I think that he's just an invention of the neo-pagan. The neo-pagan invented him so that they could have a consort for their great goddess. And so they created this horned god to be their consort for their great goddess. But he isn't really traditionally the great goddess's consort. They just made him into one in the modern pagan religion. So that's the source of the horned god. And that's what I think of the horned god. I don't believe in him. But you're free to believe in him if you want to, and you can worship the horned god if you want to. But I'm not participating in any pagan rituals anytime soon, so I don't need to believe in the horned god because I'm not participating in a pagan ritual. Pagan rituals, they dress up as the horned god. A man puts on horns on his head and pretends he's the horned god and has sex with a woman. That's their big ritual. Well, I'm not interested and I don't need rituals. Rituals are primitive and they're for primitive minds, and I don't need a ritual. I'm not insulting you, pagans. Go ahead and believe what you want to. But I just feel personally that it's primitive and that I'm not believing in it. So that's it. If you believe in a horned god, go ahead. If you don't believe in him, join me, and we can join forces and believe in just the goddess together. I'm Sarah Jane Althawolf signing off. Have a great week and take care.